Welcome to the November 2014 edition of Financial Empowerment, a production of the California Society of CPAs and Cal CPA Institute. I'm Bill Spaniel. The holidays are upon us, and people are rushing to stores and online sites to buy gifts for loved ones. It may be the most wonderful time of the year, but it also may be the most stressful, especially if your bank account doesn't have enough funds to cover your expenses. Gina Chironis, an Irvine, California CPA PFS, has some ideas on how to minimize your expenses and still have enjoyable holidays. We spoke to her over Skype. Hello, Gina. Welcome to Financial Empowerment.
Hi, Bill. Thanks for having me. It's so nice to talk with you again.
Great. So, we're just about ready to start the gift-giving season, Christmas and Hanukkah and other kinds of holidays are coming up shortly. And so I wanted to devote our conversation today to what people can do to make this a better for them in terms financially. So one of the things I'd like to ask you is, what are some of the first things I should do before I start doing my Christmas shopping? What is the first thing a person should do before they start going into doing their Christmas or holiday shopping?
Well, it's painful, but a budget. That's what I recommend we do. And I mean, that's as simple as just sitting down with a scrap of paper and saying, really, realistically, how much can I afford to spend without going into debt? Mm-hmm. And that's a hard thing for a lot of people to do. And then the next step, once you've got a budget, an approximate budget figured out, decide what you're going to purchase before you start shopping. And the key to this step is, if you do this before you go to the stores, you eliminate the emotion, that panic shopping mode that we've all been in at Christmas time or Hanukkah or whatever holiday you're observing, where you're in the store and you don't have the right gift for a loved one or a friend, and you just buy something.
Anything.
Yeah, anything. Just get it over with. So, and one tool that our family has used that's really, really worked out well, it has cut our holiday budget probably by 50%, and the time and the stress as well. We draw names. Uh-huh. So we put the adults' names in a hat. Well, last year we put them in a hat and we drew them out on a piece of paper. But this year we're actually using a website called drawnames.com. Mm-hmm. And that's fun because it's, nobody knows who's got whose name, and you can set it up so that you don't get the same person's name twice in a row. You can set a budget. People can set up their own wish list, so it's not such a guessing game for everyone. Mm-hmm. You can set up a budget, which is the best part, say, $100 per gift. Mm-hmm. So using my family as an example, we have 4 kids, so there are 6 of us. So now instead of having to spend $50 or $100 for 5 gifts, I only have to buy one. Mm-hmm.
It certainly simplifies the process.
Yeah.
So, another thing, people, the budget idea is absolutely great, and drawing names is also a good idea. One of the things people also have to deal with is, how do I pay for those gifts once they've created that budget? Should I pay by cash? Should I use a credit card? Should I use a debit card? What do you recommend in that area?
Well, there are pros and cons to both. Using cash from a financial planning perspective is really ideal, but the reality is if you're shopping online, cash doesn't work, obviously, and it's it's not always the safest thing to carry a big wad of cash in your pocket if you're going out to the stores. So the reality is that credit cards are more convenient, and most of us want the rewards points. There are a lot of great rewards programs out there. So what I recommend is using just one credit card, perhaps the one with the lowest credit limit on it. Mm-hmm. And that way you can really track your spending. You can if you keep all your receipts, but more importantly, you can go online and see exactly how much you spent, and it's a little easier.
What about using in-store credit cards like Macy's or Kohl's or Target or so forth? Or how does that? How do they compare to a MasterCard or a Visa, for example?
Well, the in-store cards typically are MasterCard or Visa. They're affiliate programs. My experience is that over time, that really, unless you shop at that store a lot, and if you do, maybe they offer rewards that you wouldn't get with other credit cards. But usually, the affiliate programs are a little more expensive. So, some hidden fees and charges in there, and it's tempting if you're buying a lot at a store. They offer you a discount on your initial purchase to sign up for that credit card. But the more you have, typically the more you spend.
So an in-store credit card is likely to have a higher interest rate, or and the terms are not as good as having a regular MasterCard or a Visa?
It's hard to answer that question. Every store is different. Just really have to read the fine print. But I do know that many of them have fees, late payment fees, and if you don't have it set up to pay automatically a minimum amount each month, which I really recommend, because that way you're never late on a credit card payment. It can be expensive.
When one is shopping for things like appliances or all the tech stuff nowadays, like a laptop or an iPad or something of this sort, is it a good idea to purchase the extended warranty along with the original purchase?
Generally, I would say no, particularly for a gift. Most people don't take advantage of the warranty. You typically have to retain the original receipt and the warranty information in order to use it to collect on it. So oftentimes that's 2 or 3 years down the road, and unless you've literally, taped it to the bottom of your chair or something, it's kind of hard to dig it out. And with really the warranties it's insurance. So as with any insurance product, it's wise to ask yourself the question, can I afford to take the risk of loss here? And for most electronics, that answer is yes. So why would you pay to insure a risk that really you can afford to take? The one exception sometimes is for cell phones. And so if you're someone who frequently loses or damages your phone, you might consider replacement insurance that covers you in the event of loss or breakage. And I think, depending on the provider, I know Verizon offers like a low monthly fee for people who are accident prone.
Nowadays, we have the advantage of choosing whether we actually go to a physical location or what is called a brick-and-mortar store store as opposed to shopping online. How do you see the differences between the actual physical shopping and shopping online? Are there better deals one place or the other, or how do they affect making financial decisions as to where I actually purchase that item I want to give?
Depending on the item you're buying, if it's a big ticket item, but even in that case, I think shopping online is wise because you can comparison shop. You can really get into the details of what different items, even if they're on sale, what their features are, and really nail it down. So generally, I think it's wiser to shop online. For example, there's been a lot of advertisement recently. I guess Target is offering a discount on their credit cards or gift cards if you purchase them on Black Friday, November 28th. But you can also buy them online. So they're counting on the emotional aspect of people lining up at 6 a.m. on Black Friday, coming in to get the discount on the gift cards, and then, oh, that's cute over there, I'll buy that as well. So they're counting on that sort of spontaneous emotional shopping spree.
We've been talking about physical gifts, actual items that you can present to someone during the holiday season. How about other types of gifts, things that maybe people aren't really necessarily considering that come in a box? I'm talking about financial gifts. What options do people have in that area?
Well, there are some fun options. I think experience gifts are a wonderful idea. For example, taking all the girls, giving everybody a gift certificate for a facial or to get their nails done, or whatever would be fun for you. Mm-hmm. Tickets for a show or a concert, a massage, free babysitting if you are a grandparent and time is valuable for your adult children. That might be a nice gift. For young children who frequently are receiving so many toys and gifts, just a big mountain under the tree, I recommend for grandparents to make a contribution to a college savings plan for them. They can set that up for them, and that's such a nice way to start saving for college.
Mm-hmm. Looking ahead, what can people do now to prepare for next year's gift-giving season?
Well, none of us are perfect, so after all the gifts are purchased, the best thing to do is add up your spending, compare that with the budget you established, and then consider how realistic your budget was. But whatever that number turns out to be, it's nice to start saving now for next year. Mm-hmm. So you can set up a savings account at your bank, wherever you have your checking account, and maybe take your budget, divide it by 12, and have that amount deducted every month from your paycheck and deposited automatically in your holiday savings account.
Mm-hmm. Great. Anything else you'd like to add?
Just happy holidays. And, so often we are so stressed out and so worried about the gift that we overlook the reason for the season, which is really to just enjoy each other's company more than anything.
Okay. Great. Thank you very much, Gina.
Gina Chironis has provided some great tips on how to save when buying gifts this holiday season. Much of her advice also is applicable for other gift-giving occasions, such as birthdays and anniversaries. Additional saving tips are available on the Cal CPA website. We appreciate your listening to Cal CPA's Financial Empowerment Program, which was produced in November 2014. If you would like to comment about our show, have a question for a CPA, or would like to suggest topics for future programs, write us at financialempowerment@calcpa.org, or simply visit www.calcpa.org. You can search there for a California CPA who can help you save on taxes, better manage your investments, or budget for those rainy days even sunny California sometimes has. Just click on the Find a CPA link. This is Bill Spaniel, and you've been listening to edition 169 of Financial Empowerment, a production of the California Society of CPAs and Cal CPA Institute.